Okay, the resistor in this problem is the toaster. And we're hooking up this toaster to 120 volts, which is what we have at our houses. You know, the outlets that we have in the U.S. it ranges between like 110 and 120. So that's our voltage source, our battery. Okay, so we have a toaster, which is our resistor there. Our voltage here is 120. Long line's positive, short line negative. So this is simply, remember, that's our delta V, right? So the easiest way to do this is make the negative plate 0. The positive plate is 120. So how many volts would we have right here? 120. How many volts over here? 0. And then what's the delta across that resistor? 120, right? Because the current's going like this. The current comes out like this, flows through like this, and then as the current goes from here to there, as it crosses the resistor, the delta, the change is 120, right? So we're given the power of this toaster when hooked up to 120 volts. Notice how they word this right here, when connected to 120 volts. So if we hooked up this toaster to like a 9-volt battery, is it still going to be 600 watts? No. It's only 600 watts when it's hooked up to 120 volts. So what you got to do is look at your power equations. So power, P equals I delta V. P equals delta V squared over R. P equals I squared R. So which of these power equations could we use to find the current? The question's asking for the current. Yeah, we're going to use... Wait, no, not that one. Is it? Yes, it is that one. No, it's not that one. Because we're looking for the current. We want this one. Right? They're asking for the current. So we take this one here, look. Current is I. So that's going to be P over delta V. So what's the power here? 600 watts. What's the delta V across that resistor? 120. So what is that? That's going to simplify down to, what's 60 over 12? 5. That's going to be 5 amps. So we now know what the current is. The current is 5 amps. Now, just for fun, what's the resistance? How could we find the resistance of this toaster? Well, we could use one of the other power equations, or you could just do Ohm's law. Delta V equals IR. So R must be delta V over I. So what's the delta V? Still 120. What's the I? 5 ohms. Oops, not 5 ohms, 5 amps. Right? So we plug into that. So 120 over 5. My brain is tired. What's that going to be? 20. That's going to be 24. 24 ohms. And that stays constant. If you took this toaster and hooked it up to some other voltage source, it would still be a 24 ohm resistance, right? The resistance of the toaster wouldn't change. Okay?